their tournament against current group leaders, Honduras. Good afternoon from Oranjestad on Aruba's west coast. My name is Alex Heinert. Looking forward to another exciting encounter between two sides in search of 3 points here today. As has been the case all week, we expect warm, windy conditions throughout in this South Caribbean island's capital city. The current Group D table sees Honduras at the top after their 3-1 win over hosts Aruba on Sunday night. That was following a Jamaica-Guyana 1-1 draw in the matinee. Note that St. Vincent and the Grenadines have a game in hand on the others in Group D as they'll play their first of 4 matches this afternoon. What are these 5 teams playing for? Well, this week it is all about securing a place in the Concacaf Women's U17 Finals, set to be played in March. In this first phase of 2, 28 of CONCACAF's national teams will compete across 6 groups, with the 6 group winners and 2 best second-place finishers advancing to that final round in 2 months' time, where they will join up with the top 4 ranked teams in the region, the United States, Canada, Mexico, and Costa Rica. Only 4 from the region will make this October's FIFA Women's U17 World Cup Finals in Morocco. Today's meeting is the first all-time at the U17 level between St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Honduras. The Lady Heat are playing in they're in search of their first ever win in this competition after losing their previous 5 matches. But they will have the benefit of fresh legs after not playing at the weekend. As mentioned, Honduras, who reached the U17 final stage a year ago, does have a match under their collective belts. Las Carachas earned all 3 points after a strong second half helped them pull away from a determined Aruba side here at the Guillermo Trinidad Stadium. Alexandra Merriam had a night to remember. That night she scored a pair of well-taken goals, including a long-range effort that will be in the running for goal of the tournament. Let's step aside now as St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Honduras get ready for this match as we listen to our national anthems. Fantastic renditions of St. Vincent, Land So Beautiful, and the national anthem of Honduras, setting the stage ahead of this first ever encounter between these two sides at the U17 women's level. 3 points on the line here in Group D today as we begin match day 2. Let's take a look at the opening 11s for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Ralph Stowe has opted for a traditional 4-4-2 from the start. Haisha Thomas gets the nod in goal, while Davion James, Marlana Sam, Nyla Kidd, and Zonaya Harry comprise the back four. Astral Bino and Stephanie Hunt will lead the attacking line. For Honduras, number 17, Jaslyn Sanchez, captaining the side for the second match in a row. She's joined now by Stephanie Hunt along the center circle. Priscilla Perez of Mexico will have the whistle today. The assistant referees, Nikisa Gage and Delia Roxana Vega Recinos from Antigua and Barbuda and Guatemala, respectively. Sandra Benitez will be today's fourth official. Benitez took charge of Honduras' match on Sunday, that 3-1 win against Aruba. Speaking of, one change has been made for La H Femenina's squad from that victory. Maro Abadia making one personnel switch. Dana Baquedano comes in for Liz Manuelis in what is now a back three today after they played a back four on Sunday. Emerson Eaton and Zadie Chirinos will look to hold down the center of midfield. Much of the offensive threat, though, will likely come from Alexandra Merriam, Allison Suazo, and the captain, Jaslyn Sanchez. Remember, Merriam scored twice. Suazo had a goal and an assist on Sunday. They were a side that were stymied for the opening 45 minutes, but really turned it on in the second half against the hosts. Honduras looking for their second win on the spin to open Group D play, while St. Vincent and the Grenadines are aiming to begin their tournament on a high note against the current group leaders. Still just a few moments before kickoff. This is the first of 6 matches across these U17 qualifiers today. Everybody vying to be the group winners, exiting this stage and moving on to the finals coming up in March. Still everything to play for, of course, for both of these teams and for everybody still in the group. Later today, Aruba will take on Jamaica. 7 o'clock local time kick on the way. But first, it is St. Vincent and the Grenadines opening their journey here in Aruba against Honduras. The number 9 team in Concacaf taking on the number 28, Honduras, the pot 1 team in this group. St. Vincent and the Grenadines coming out of pot 4. We'll see who emerges as the victor today. Just moments away from the opening kick. Astral Bino standing over it. One last stretch as we wait for the top of the hour for the bells to ring around Oranjestad. Imagine the wind will play a factor. There will be hydration breaks today, by the way, one each half, with the temperatures in the low 80s. Good conditions, though, on this artificial surface here in the Guillermo Trinidad Stadium, which was rebuilt back in 2023 at 2,500 capacity. Anticipation building. We await the whistle from Priscilla Perez. And there are the bells. And we have kickoff here. St. Vincent and the Grenadines taking on Honduras here in Group D at the Concacaf Women's U17 qualifiers. It is St. Vincent and the Grenadines attacking left to right in the all-yellow strip. Honduras wearing their chain strip of light blue and dark blue. They're the visitors on the scoreboard today. And early an offside call going against Alexandra Merriam. She had 2 fantastic goals in the second half in that 3-1 win against Aruba on Sunday. One from long range. Allison Suazo played a little square ball to her, some 25 yards out. She blasted a curling effort home. That was the opening goal. Now it's Honduras, by the way, pouncing on that restart. Here is Merriam again. Had to play in Sanchez on the far side, broken up there. That's a good step. Allison Suazo. Oh, Sive down in the box, and this will be a penalty. 60 seconds in. Allison Suazo taken down by Davion James. An early opportunity for the breakthrough for the group leaders. This was a stonewall call here. No hesitation from Priscilla Perez. And it is the number 10, Alexandra Merriam, stepping up here in the second minute. Aisha Thomas in goal. Will try to do her best to keep this scoreless. A big moment early in this match, just seconds in. Merriam for Honduras. And she does not miss. Alexandra Merriam's 3rd goal of the tournament. Aisha Thomas rooted to the spot. Honduras take the early, and I mean early, 1-0 advantage against St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Lovely side-footed penalty slotted home into the corner. Alexandra Merriam, just as she did 2 nights ago, giving Honduras the advantage, although she did not have to wait long to break the deadlock. Now another chance here. Honduras off the post. Merriam's cross now into danger, not gone yet off the palms of Thomas. Collected, sent goalwards, and it's in! 2-0 Honduras. 2.5 minutes in. A dream start. Nohemi Meza with the finishing touch this time. Meza, who was an ever-present threat on Sunday, was not rewarded on the score sheets in the 3-1 win over Aruba. Just 3 minutes in, she's on the board here, doubling Honduras' advantage. And to say the least, this was not the start that St. Vincent and the Grenadines were looking for, and they could be in trouble again. Here's Denise Madrid. Closing, defending that time from the Lady Heat. And there is Ralph Stowe, again the manager for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. His team in a hole early, and Stowe there on the touchline. Anytime you're the underdogs in a match like this, and certainly St. Vincent and the Grenadines are, again 19 places separating these two in the Concacaf rankings. St. Vincent and the Grenadines having never won a match at this level. You want to get off to a good start. You want to have something to hang on to. Already trailing 2-0. That's a tough break at the beginning. The early penalty concession. And then just a little suspect defending at the back, allowing that second goal to come in from Meza. Alexandra Merriam from the spot. About 90 seconds in, and then just over a minute later, Meza doubling the advantage. Here's Chirinos now out wide. Meza trying to track it down. This will be rolled out to touch for a Honduras throw. This Honduras side did win their qualifying group a year ago. 3 wins, no losses, no draws in those opening 3 games in the preliminary stage. Only conceded once in the last 2 years in the group stage. That coming 2 days ago, as this ball is not handled well and eventually knocked out for a goal kick. Aisha Thomas, just a few nervy moments in goal for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. There's an early cross in, the wind carried in on frame. Thomas did well to recover and just punch that away from Merriam, who knocked it wide of the goal. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, meanwhile, finished 4th last year in their 4-team qualifying group. 3 defeats, 12 goals conceded, 1 scored. Here's Denise Madrid again. That's Suazo, excuse me, the number 9 on that left-footed cross. Well defended this time, but Allison Suazo back on the ball. Now a little slip, perhaps. Cruising down the byline, centering feed. Meza, and it's 3. Nohemi Meza's 2nd in the opening 6 minutes. Great individual effort from Allison Suazo. She loses her footing here on the edge of the 18. Makes 2 defenders miss. Great composure by Meza to get it out of her feet, create space.
Scored by number 13,
Nohemi Meza adding to the deficit early, and this could very well shape up to be a long afternoon for the Vincy Heat. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, they fell 3-0 to Puerto Rico, 5-1 to Bermuda, 4-0 to the Cayman Islands back in 2025 in this competition. Still looking for their first results at the U17 level. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, along with the Turks and Caicos and the British Virgin Islands, the only 3 teams to have competed in this competition, yet to taste victory. Plenty of game left, of course, just in the 8th minute. They have a long ways to go to try and come back and rescue the situation. Quick restart sent in by Denise Madrid. It's Merriam taken down on the edge of the box. Alexandra Merriam has already scored a penalty here in this match. That was Amanique Edwards who came in on the challenge. Just a quick word from Priscilla Perez. Good opportunity for Merriam to get something into a dangerous area.
Come around, stay there. Close on the outside.
4 in the wall, protecting the near post for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Already trailing 3-0. Honduras trying to widen the margin before we hit the 10-minute mark.
Delia, go inside a little bit more. She's going in, Delia.
Here are the defensive instructions bestowed by Ralph Stowe. Here's Merriam. She'll try for goal. Parried up and over the bar by Thomas. That's good goalkeeping by Haisha Thomas. It was dipping. That ball had eyes for goal. Good effort here from Merriam. Excellent keeping, though, from Thomas. A little more composed this time inside her 6-yard box. It does lead to our first corner of the match. Merriam playing it on the deck and now gets the return. Her cross, right on target. Thomas, a safe pair of hands this time. It was a good throw, but Honduras able to win the ball back. We have seen our share of lopsided results in the early stages at these U17s. Not in this group, though. Matches so far have been decided, obviously just 2 matches in, of course, but either we had a draw in our first match, a 2-goal difference in the second. Those games very much in doubt until the final whistle. And the rest of the tournament, though, we've seen a couple of crooked numbers put on the board, including the 16-0 win for Costa Rica over the British Virgin Islands on Sunday evening. The Dominican Republic, an 11-0 win over the U.S. Virgin Islands 1 day ago. Virgin Islands, like St. Vincent and the Grenadines, yet to win a match in their history at the U17 level. St. Vincent here and the Grenadines just doing their best now to try and maintain touching distance, get a little composure, get something on the ball, and there's a win in midfield. Ball taken right back, though, by Jaslyn Sanchez. Here comes Las Catrachas again. This is Suazo. Getting it back. Popped up and fired on goal just wide by Zadie Chirinos. A good attacking move though from Honduras. They have posed a threat right from the opening kick here today. Here's Chirinos with that last effort a moment ago. Too bad they're off the volley. Just wide of the target. Adalia Butte unable to dwell on the ball. Here's Miriam now after the turnover. The cross on the deck dealt with. It comes again. Pops up and out for our second corner of this first half for the visitors on the scoreboard. They will go short and go quickly. Here's a chance from outside the box. That swerving effort always tracking wide. If you're just joining us, you've already missed quite a bit in the opening 11 minutes. 3 goals in the first 5.5 scored by Honduras. Alexandra Merriam with the penalty kick in the 2nd minute. Yami Meza scoring just 60 seconds later than Meza doubling the advantage in the 6th. Honduras very much on the front foot right from the jump. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, though, been a little more assured in their defending since conceding that 3rd goal. Now a chance perhaps for the Lady Heat to come forward now. Couple in attack, but play blown dead for a foul by the team in yellow. It's the first time that St. Vincent and the Grenadines have gotten into that type of an attacking position here in the opening 12 minutes. Another early ball forward. This is Denise Madrid again in acres of space. Madrid's cross, met, and finished. 4-0 to Honduras. The first of the day for Zadie Chirinos. She was waiting for that cross. It was a perfect one from Madrid. Good composed touch by Chirinos. Didn't take it first time.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Able to settle the ball down and slot home for her first of the tournament.
number 8, Sari Chirinos.
So 4 now for the Central American side, and they will look for more here. It's a good step by that St. Vincent and the Grenadines back line. What can the Lady Heat do with the ball? We'll commit the foul there as Emerson Eaton was spilled just inside the center circle. So Monique Buddy there just for a moment, creeping into your picture. Astrobino, the number 9 for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They've not had much service so far. The shot there from Ilse Sevilla came in off the restart. Not standing on ceremony, just putting one goalwards. Always wide in the ends. Honduras back in possession. This is Eaton. Merriam, the left-footed chance. Parried aside by Thomas and eventually held by the St. Vincent and the Grenadines keeper. Alexandra Merriam has shown the ability to strike a ball sophisticatedly with both feet in this tournament. She's been taking crosses and corners for Honduras on both sides, both with her left and her right. It's a pretty impressive strike from distance with what we would say is her weaker foot. Here's Honduras again, it's Merriam. The flag will stay down. Alexandra Merriam tried to find Suazo, gets a second crack. Suazo's shot blocked. Sanchez now. Chirinos blocked again. Zadie Chirinos out wide. That's Meza, and this will be another corner. Honduras keeping their foot down, keeping the pressure on. Of course, beyond points, goal difference will be one of the tiebreakers deciding who wins this group. They will be aware that you'd like to get as many as you can if possible.
On the next side.
With a couple games still to come, Honduras with Guyana and
Out,
Jamaica,
guys, out!
likely their two hardest opponents yet. Oh, there's a foul here. Right off the corner kick. Just a conversation, no caution issued from Priscilla Perez. And it will be Miriam standing over this once again.
I'm unique, who you have?
This is a decent area for Alexandra Merriam to either get something into the box or perhaps put one on frame. Already 3 goals in a little over a match and a quarter for Merriam. Here she goes again, striking for goal, knocked aside by Thomas. The rebound there and finished. It was a tight angle, but it was Meza again, and she has her hat trick in just over a quarter of an hour. Nehemi Meza able to pounce on the rebound and slot home. (5-0) Honduras. Very much in control in their second match in Group D. Another excellent strike from Merriam to get that shot on target. All Thomas could do was to push it aside. Meza the first to react. The teammate was right alongside her as well. Goes from bad to worse here for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, who now have a throw, though, deep in the attacking third, their most advanced position of the day. Davion James able to start off the foot of Astral Bino. Popped up. There's Merriam once again. Well done along the touchline by St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I believe that was the number 4, Nyla Kidd, preventing the breakout. Merriam getting some advice from Honduras head coach Mario Abadia. The 39-year-old Colombian has great international experience. Good early ball here from Suazo. Thomas came out, got run into. It's a big collision, some 25 yards from goal. This is a worrier as Aisha Thomas and I believe Nohemi Meza clattered into each other. Both going for the ball. Looks like Thomas made contact there, her jaw right into the shoulder of Meza. Certainly hope for the best here. Aisha Thomas being attended to in the 19th minute, 5-0 Honduras. Nohemi Meza with a hat trick here in the opening 20 minutes. The penalty kick goal from Alexandra Merriam. The other scored by Zadie Chirinos. The concern now, though, is for the St. Vincent and the Grenadines keeper, Aisha Thomas. It was certainly brave, both from her and from Meza, charging for that ball. Getting a true 50-50 outside the box. Unfortunately, Thomas came off much the worse for wear. It's good to see Meza quickly back on her feet after just a little stumble following the collision. Give the St. Vincent and the Grenadines physios a lot of credit here for taking their time and doing all the checks, not just for the physical issue with maybe the jaw or the upper body, but then the internal side of this as well, going through concussion checks. You saw in the replay, it was quite the collision. Aisha Thomas now getting back to her feet. Brave of her again to try and walk this off. Alicia Pierre is the #2 goalkeeper who would be available if needed. Hope for Thomas, though, that she can continue here today. And this is the first match of 4 for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Remember, they'll play Jamaica coming up on Thursday, Aruba on Saturday, and they'll finish with Guyana on Monday. A lot of soccer coming up over the next 7 days for the Lady Heat. This restart quickly picked off by Madrid. Good ball from Miriam. Suazo trying to lay it across to a teammate unselfishly. Chirinos from distance, always rising. Not for the first time in this tournament have we seen Alison Suazo try and turn provider. She's already got 1 assist today. She was able to tee up Meza for Meza's 2nd goal, the 3rd of the match. Here come Honduras again. Suazo tripped up this time. Dominique Edwards leaving a foot in. Another free kick coming here for the Central Americans. Honduras making the roughly 1,000-mile trek across the Caribbean to be a part of this competition in Aruba. Again, Aruba, one of 4 host sites for these matches at the Concacaf Women's U17 Championships. For St. Vincent and the Grenadines, it's about 600 miles from their capital, Kingstown, to Oranjestad. This is a shot that I think Miriam will certainly take. Alexandra Miriam eyeing this up, striking for goal, but couldn't quite get the tip on it, although it did hit the bar in the end. For a moment from our angle, it looked like that was going to sail clear. Impressive to get this down so quickly. Look at this. That just about curled in. That would have been, you would almost say more impressive. I would say more impressive than the wonder goal that she scored on Sunday night. Miriam with 3 for the tournament. Meza with 3 on the night, or on the afternoon, I should say. Honduras now with 8 goals scored in 2 matches, and we've still got a lot of time left in this one. 67 minutes of normal time, plus stoppages to come. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, again, the number 28 team out of 35 in CONCACAF at the U17 level. Very much up against it this afternoon in Oranjestad here at the Guillermo Trinidad Stadium. Can they find some joy in attack now? This Honduras backline have had little to do, but perhaps a gift here. St. Vincent and the Grenadines with 3 in the attack. Eventually broken up. That was Sevilla coming back. Now Honduras will try to transition. Miriam hustling. Edwards there as well. Actually, that's Kidd, and she will beat Kidd for pace now. Alexandra Miriam. Into the corner. Miriam showing that she just does not have technical skill alone, but good pace as well. That was Marlana Sam with the important intervention on that centering cross. 4th corner of the first half for Honduras. Miriam to swing this with her right this time. Another dangerous ball in the mixer that will bounce around. Still not clear, and eventually knocked to the wrong side from a Honduras perspective of the near post. It will go down as a corner from the opposite side as Miriam will come across the length of the pitch. As you would imagine, some of the early stats be heavily in favor of Honduras. A little surprised possession-wise, it's only 57-43. They'll go short once again. Miriam calling for it. She'll strike. Blocked along the way. Nice job by Marlana Sam. Although this does look like it has been, well, let's see what the call here is. It looks like another penalty has been awarded. Merriam going right to the spot. Didn't see the signal officially. Must have been handball, though, on that second attempt in. And it looked like that Sam had headed that down. But instead it is Merriam. She went to her left, back in the second minute to open the scoring. Alexandra Merriam back on the spot. Merriam goes left again and scores once again in almost identical fashion. And that will lead us to our first hydration break of the match. It worked so well the first time. Why not go back to that? Second straight brace for Alexandra Merriam. 6-0 Honduras. They have been in the mood right from the opening whistle.
Goal for Honduras, scored by number 10, Alexandra Meriam.
So a couple of penalty kick goals from the number 10 in blue, bookending the scoring as of now, midway through this first half. Merriam has 2, Meza with 3, Chirinos with the other. Goals coming in the 2nd, 3rd, 6th, 13th, 17th, and 27th today for Honduras. They are the top-ranked team in Group D. They are already 1-0 in this competition after that 3-1 win over Aruba. And they are well on their way to extending their advantage across the Group D table. Honduras is the top team in the group. Do get the benefit playing these first 2 games essentially back-to-back. You get 1 day's rest in between. Again, their first match was Sunday. They're playing this afternoon. They do not play on Thursday like the rest of Group D. That will be their bye. Then they'll play Saturday, Monday to finish things out against Guyana and Jamaica. I would imagine as a coach, that's about how you'd like to draw it up, with that break right in the middle, a chance for that extra day's rest to get everybody back on side for the final push. Jamaica, the number 2 team in this group. Guyana, the number 3. Aruba, by the way, who were the number 5 team, really buoyed on Sunday night by a quite raucous home crowd. It was a great home support, great show of support from the locals here in Oranjestad. This 2,500 seat stadium was basically full despite some pretty tricky conditions, rain, wind. Aruba held their own for the first 45 minutes. They kept Honduras at bay all the way until the 74th. I should say the 71st, when Alexandra Merriam broke the deadlock. She's already got 2 more goals here today. No reply so far for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, who have just been outmatched and outgunned in the early stages. They will still look, though, to try and get something out of this match, gain a little confidence moving forward. And they will play coming up in 2 days' time against Jamaica on this field. Aruba and Guyana await on Saturday and Monday, respectively. Talia Butte sees that ball taken away by Chirinos. Sevilla, Honduras. It feels like they've had all of the ball, even if the possession stats don't quite show it. Another early ball forward that will roll to Thomas. Honduras again winning the battle in midfields. There's the captain Sanchez. It'll bounce to Merriam. Here's an opportunity for Madrid now. Denise Madrid. Merriam, one-time shot blocked. Merriam back on it. That will ping around inside the 18. Cleared but not out. Here's Eaton. Oh, just target practice now. A lot of shots coming in. Great effort by St. Vincent and the Grenadines to put bodies in the way. Emerson Eaton again. Good feet to create the space. There's Sanchez, the captain, out wide. Another flag will come up for offside. Nyla Kidd, one of the central defenders. She and this back four have their hands full today. Half hour gone here in this Group D encounter between St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Honduras. It has been the visitors from Central America with the sizable advantage. 3 goals in the first 6 minutes. They, of course, have scored 3 since the early stages. They've kept the pressure on St. Vincent and the Grenadines, only a couple of touches in the opposition half. You know they will keep fighting, though. The Lady Heat, a proud group. It has not gone their way here so far today. But so much to play for as Suazo comes in strong. A legal challenge. Allison Suazo collected by Thomas this time. Meza was the intended target standing inside the 6. Good to see Haisha Thomas back, at least appearing to be back to full health after that big collision with Nehemi Meza earlier in this half. There your summary of the scoring today. 2 for Merriam, 3 for Meza, Chirinos with the other. The goals coming thick and fast for Honduras. Honduras won their qualifying group back in 2025. They advanced on to the finals where they finished 3rd. They actually were a tie for 2nd in terms of points, but took home the bronze essentially on goal difference with El Salvador. Trying to do one better now is Merriam. It's a lovely ball from Madrid. Actually, that was the number 8 Chirinos who was on the end of it, but the flag had gone up. Not a bad idea, though. Madrid operating as a left wing back today after playing left back on Sunday. Again, a little change from Mario Abadia, going with a back 3 today instead of the back 4 that we saw against Aruba. Ball nearly turned over as Merriam got in the way. Quite cleared out by St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Honduras keeping the pressure on through Sanchez. Now Sevilla coming up from center back. The pass nearly picked off by Sam on the far side. We'll see Sevilla forced to retreat now. Emerson Eaton. Ball kept in play by Madrid. Flag will go up right away as Merriam had strayed. St. Vincent and the Grenadines playing a bit of a high line as this half has gone on. They have caught Honduras out a couple of times in transition. They've played the offside trap well. Here's Suazo once again. Intelligent run from Merriam. Merriam's cross will elude Meza. Good hustle, though, from Nehemi Meza. She of this first half hat trick. Emerson Eaton. Well done to maintain possession. She'll go again. Get the cross away, but right into the palms of Thomas. Merriam was the closest to it. Keeping by Haisha Thomas. She had a couple of nervy moments early, but she's really settled in, the St. Vincent and the Grenadines keeper. There's Chirinos. There's an intelligent ball again, looking for Merriam. And now Madrid. Sanchez. Chirinos let it roll. Good defending once more by the Lady Heat. Aquidano on the far side, winning this for Honduras. The early ball for Denise Madrid to chase down this near side. She She'll get there in front of the touchline. Space to operate. Madrid will skip past. Centers it. Suazo. Chirinos just over the bar. Another dangerous attack from Honduras. Suazo again. Good defending back there. Chirinos, a good look for her second of the match. A little under 10 minutes before the halftime interval. St. Vincent and the Grenadines have stiffened a bit at the back, but a giveaway here might gift Honduras another opportunity. Chirinos trying to cut it back. We play on. It's brave defending there from Edwards. And the foul will come. Sanchez, the captain, halting the transition from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Jaslyn Sanchez, by the way, did pick up a yellow card against Aruba. If she gets a second, she will be suspended for a match. It's that yellow card accumulation you have to be careful of in the group stage. Priscilla Perez not deeming that it was a fluid enough attack. There were enough blue shirts behind that it wasn't a cynical foul that would have resulted in a first yellow today, but a second yellow for the tournament. Something to bear in mind for Sanchez and probably for Mario Abadia. Just knowing what looms ahead. You would not want to lose your captain for a match going into those games against Jamaica and Guyana. The yellow card tally will reset for the finals in March. Here's Edwards retreating, Merriam putting her under pressure and forcing the throw. Chelsea Farmer trying to send this ball in. Advantage being played. This is Meza, tried to cut it back. Some mooted appeals for handball again in the box. Good header by Sevilla, but it will go out to touch. There's a collision there as well. We'll see Sevilla very much a no-nonsense defender for Honduras. It was a sore one for Astral Bino. It's been a bit of a lonely existence for Bino and Stephanie Hunt, the St. Vincent and the Grenadines captain, those two in the attack. That precious little service. It was actually the bump from Sanchez that resulted in the harm for Bino. Is here back on her feet though. Get things rolling once again. Merriam giving chase on this. Follow through, taking down Alexandra Merriam. It'll be a throw for Honduras. Here's Farmer. Eaton. Take a shot from distance that will bounce into the arms of Thomas. Honduras not afraid to put shots on target, or put up shots just in general. Already, that's the 27th shot of this match for Honduras. Ten have been on target so far. 6 have found their way across the goal line. We still have 6 minutes left plus stoppages in this opening half of play. Here is Alison Suazo once more. She is taken out just along the touchline. This free kick likely too far away for Merriam to try something on goal, but certainly a dangerous area to send across into the 6 or the 18. Alexandra Merriam already 4 goals in this tournament. A brace on match day 1. Another here in the first half on match day 2. Both of her goals today coming from the penalty spot. the left foot of Merriam. Another ball in a dangerous area. Thomas was there to collect it on the hop. '41st minute here in Oranjestad in Aruba. 6-0. Honduras very much in control in their second match in Group D. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, their opener, not going according to plan. The Lady Heats and La Catrachas squaring off here on an 80-degree day, as they just about all are in Aruba. Again, the wind blowing from the top of your screen down to the bottom. Pressure being applied by Suazo, unable to win the ball. That clearance will come to Stephanie Hunt, but quickly won back by Emerson Eaton. Sanchez once again. It's a hustle. Farmer able to keep it in play. Bit of a dangerous ball back. We'll see Sevilla will get there first. It will be a throw, though, for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Bino giving chase. Duty on James now, getting set to restart. That's Bino trying to stretch things out. Priscilla Perez spotting the potential issue for the St. Vincent and the Grenadines striker. She's going to ask for the trainers now. Bino immediately reaching back for that hamstring glute area after making the run. Try and track down that ball that was sent forward. Not much has gone right today for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's just the latest has gone against them. I hope for Astral Bino's sake that they're able to stretch things out and she can continue. She has not had many opportunities with the ball at her feet or in her area in this first half. Give Honduras credit for that. They've had the lion's share of possession. So no official shots to speak of for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Can they find something here, though? Can they get a little joy just before the half? The throw in now defended and cleared out. This is Merriam again. Close down. It's bouncing ball. Almost picked up. Had to be good defending from Sevilla, and it was. Anywhere will do now with a couple of yellow shirts lurking. This will be a throw for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Another decent opportunity as Bino was able to come back on. Here's James. Good effort to win it. Sevilla's there, though. Oh, dangerous clearance. Watch out! Ah, there was the chance, and it just went wide. Good opportunity off the mistake at the back. I believe that was Stephanie Hunt who had the chance. And that clearance from Sevilla deflected off of Kirsha Slater right into the path of Hunt, the captain. Hurried the shot just a bit, though. It was always trending off target as we've played the 45 now. 4 minutes of first half stoppages on the way. The flag now goes up. It was a 3-on-0 jailbreak that time. For a moment now, again, if that ball is played on your half, it doesn't matter where the defense is. You cannot be offside in those situations, but The Honduras attacking line had just drifted beyond the midway stripe. Sigh of relief for those wearing yellow. There's Honduras once again on the restart. Lovely flick from Sanchez playing in Suazo. Allison Suazo couldn't quite get on the end of it. It will be a corner kick, however. Corner number 6 of this half. It was Amonique Edwards doing the defending. She's done a good job back there. Just enough of a bump and a toe to prevent Suazo from getting the shot away. Edwards a little bit hobbled after that interaction between the Honduras attacker and herself. They'll go short again. Denise Madrid, Alexandra Merriam. It's a lovely curling effort, but Thomas read the shot well and makes the save. The accuracy, very impressive from Alexandra Merriam. She's had her shooting boots on all tournament. 11 shots on target now. Thomas has had to make 5 saves. And able to stop the other 6 that came her way. 2 from the penalty spot, of course. Both slotted home expertly by Merriam to the keeper's right. Two minutes of the 4 in added time now played. Here's Merriam once again putting some pressure on. Safety first on this particular occasion from Nyla Kidd. Sanchez. Honduras looking to add 1 more before the break. Merriam in behind. Crossover, and that clearance goes just above the crossbar from Marlana Sam. It'll be another corner for Honduras. Very nearly an own goal. And these crosses from Alexandra Merriam and company. Suazo has played in a few dangerous ones. Meza on the other side. They've put this St. Vincent and the Grenadines backline under pressure all afternoon. It'll be Denise Madrid this time to take this corner. Good pressure there, but the ball does come to Merriam. And now Madrid. Farmer tried to turn and fire off the back of a defender. That might have been Edwards that time. Eventually cleared back into the Honduras half. Time for 1 more attack for the Central Americans here, up by 6. Can St. Vincent and the Grenadines keep this scoreline the same? Another early ball. The flag does stay down this time. And it is 7 now for Honduras. Right before the halftime whistle. It is the 4th of the day for Nohemi Meza. She got behind the defense. Great early ball. Meza showing off her pace to beat Zonaya Harry to it. Lovely slotted finish as he was sliding the ground. And that will be the last kick of the first half. It is 7 for Honduras. 4 scored by Nohemi Meza. 2 from Alexandra Merriam. 1 from Zadie Chirinos. A dominant opening 45 from the top-seeded team here in Group D. Honduras running riot today in their second match of the competition over St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Stick around, halftime highlights and stats coming your way in just a moment. Here from Oranjestad. At the break, it is St. Vincent and the Grenadines 0, Honduras 7.
Ya, se quita uno, se quita uno. Ciérralo.
Ladies and gentlemen, the halftime score is St. Vincent 0, Honduras 7. Aramco, the official energy partner of the Concacaf Women's U17 Qualifiers. Scotiabank, proud sponsor of the Concacaf Women's U17 Qualifiers. At Scotiabank, we are proud to continue contributing to the growth of football in the region and working to level the playing field for those girls in the Americas. Visit www.scotiabank.com/FC and learn more. Hashtag everyone on the field. Monza is the official match ball of Concacaf. Elevate your game with the cashless takeout. Engineered for ultimate precision and control. Get ready to play fierce.
Halftime here at the Guillermo Trinidad Stadium in Oranjestad. Group D play. It did not start well for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Honduras in the opening minute with this attack. Alison Suazo fouled in the box by Davion James. And in the second minute, again, just seconds later, Alexandra Merriam would slot home from the spot to give Honduras the early 1-0 advantage. Merriam, who is both right and left-footed, electing to slot home with her rights on this occasion. That would not be the last time that she would score from the spot in that first half. Just seconds later, about 60 seconds afterwards, Honduras a great chance to make it 2. The shot comes off the post. Merriam collects the pieces and puts this cross in off the palms of Thomas. Naomi Meza right there on the doorstep to bang home Honduras' seconds. And that would be a sign of things to come in this first half for the number 13 in blue. She nearly had the initial goal, just striking the woodwork. Merriam gave her a second crack at it, and this time, Meza did not miss. That's a tough finish, fading back. So 2-0 Honduras in the third minute. 3 minutes later, it would be Meza again. Suazo this time with a great individual effort, towing the byline and hitting number 13 at the top of the 6. Lovely composed touch and finish for Meza's seconds, Honduras' third. Tough break there for Davion James again, as Suazo, not for the first time has she done this in this tournament, able to provide that ball on a platter for Meza. So 3-0 at that point. In the 13th minute, a different goal scorer would get on the board. Zadie Chirinos from point-blank range, able to tap it in. Good ball from Denise Madrid on this occasion. 4-0 Honduras. Things looking good for the squad from Central America. A little later on in the frame. This was in the 26th. Actually, this was the 17th, excuse me. This was Mesa's second. Miriam firing one. Again, off the palms of Thomas. Mesa the first to react. She didn't get there. Chelsea Farmer was in the area as well. Here's the penalty shout now, and there you see it was Marlana Sam reaching up that right arm. Good look again. Miriam putting a dangerous ball into the area. Sam got the arm up. That draws the whistle from Priscilla Perez. It was Miriam again. It was her right foot again. It was the right of the keeper again. Almost a carbon copy for the number 10 for her second of the afternoon. Her fourth in 2 games at the U17 qualifiers. That was in the 26th, 6-0. And then there was this beautiful ball over the top from Chelsea Farmer. Mesa able to run onto the end of it and score to make it 7. And that was the final kick of the first half. Noemi Mesa showing off her pace and that cool head of hers to fire home past Thomas and give Honduras even more cushion going into the break. As you would expect in a match that is 7-0, one side with the majority of the shots on target, the possession, 30 shots in the opening 45 minutes for Honduras, 12 of those on target, 5 saves from Haisha Thomas, but Las Catrachas is able to get 7 past her, 7 corner kicks as well. They were called offside 6 times. A couple of chances were taken off the board because of that last line of defense stepping up at just the right time. An impressive opening 45 for Honduras. In just a moment, we'll see what the second 45 brings. Halftime continues here from Oranjestad next.
tidak, kemudian tidak. Oke.
Welcome back to the Guillermo Trinidad Stadium in Oranjestad, Aruba. Group D action here at the Concacaf Women's U17 Qualifiers. A couple of changes at the break, one apiece. Ironically, both involving the same numbers for Honduras. Elsie Sevilla will come off, replaced by Isabella Rivera, so 16 out, 14 in. Same story for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's number 16, Davion James, out. Number 14, Kiana Hazel, in. So both coaches, Mario Abadia and Ralph Stowe, changing things up in their back line. 7-0 our score. St. Vincent and the Grenadines trying to get something going, moving forward. Just one official shot in that first half for the Lady Heat compared to 30 for Honduras. 12 on frame for the Central Americans. None for the squad from the Caribbean, but still 45 minutes to go. For St. Vincent, the Grenadines, they can find a little something, a little more fluidity in attack. Had some good moments in defense as that first half wore on, following a shaky start that saw them concede 3 times in the opening 6 minutes, but they're under pressure here, saved now by that offside flag. Alison Suazo had just drifted before the ball from Alexandra Miriam came her way. 8th time now that Honduras has been caught out by the offside trap. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, this independent nation, part of the Commonwealth of Nations, formerly with Great Britain since 1979. Located in the southeast Isle, the Lesser Antilles. Same proximity as the likes of St. Lucia.
Leaving the game, number 16.
St. Vincent itself,
Is
island chain.
for Honduras.
Another offside flag pops up. The Grenadines, a group of 32 smaller islands, only 7 of which are inhabited. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, perhaps the claim to fame is the fact they've got an active volcano, La Soufriere. The Sulphur Mountain still active. Most recently erupted back in 2021. 16,000 residents of the 110,000 who live in St. Vincent and the Grenadines had to be evacuated. And watch out now, this is Suazo clean in. Alison Suazo! It's a cool finish from the Honduras number 9. 8-0, our new score. Took just 2.5 minutes in the second half. Another assist from Miriam. We've seen Suazo provide so much in this tournament. She scores her second now. She had a great individual goal on Sunday in the 3-1 win against Aruba. Today she is teed up by Miriam, whose big day continues. 8-0 to Honduras. We discussed earlier again how some of these matches at this tournament have gotten a little lopsided. This is now the 5th match in which one side has scored at least 8. Nicaragua put 9 over Dominica on the 26th. The Dominican Republic with 11 over the U.S. Virgin Islands. We mentioned Costa Rica 16-0 over the British Virgin Islands. Panama 8-0 over Bonaire. Meza that time nearly had the chance to make it 9. Hustle there by Zadie Chirinos just to usher that ball out. Preventing St. Vincent's Kirsha Slater from getting on the end of it. Here's Miriam again, cutting back. She'll lay it off. Suazo, her second in quick succession. And the number 9 has 9. And this is all Alexandra Miriam. Nyla Kidd for a moment looked like she had done enough. Miriam stuck with it though. And Suazo strikes again. She's got a brace now. Officially scored in the 50th minute. It's Miriam once again, back-to-back assists. You just cannot take your eyes off this one. Things have been going. Honduras might just add another here, although this one, the cross blocked out. What would be the first corner of the half. They'll take it short again. The cross blocked. Emerson Eaton, the midfielder, playing it across. Oh, good idea that time. Zadie Chirinos trying to play in her teammates. That might have been Isabella Rivera's first touch of the match, number 14. And it was 7-0 at the break. 2 quick ones from Alison Suazo, extending the advantage to 9. Honduras, you would say, likely to find double digits at some point and join Costa Rica as the only side. Actually, Costa Rica and Dominican Republic is the only 2 sides who have passed the 10-goal mark here at this competition so far. The match has just started on the 25th here in Group D. Already one team very much emerging as expected as the favorite. This competition, by the way, started on the 24th. This round will carry all the way through February the 2nd. 9 days in Aruba. Think of worse places to be. Lovely skill at the edge of the box. Honduras in the mood again. Thomas with the save this time on the near post. Good positional sense from Haisha Thomas. It's good feats from Chirinos. Eaton retreating and now will turn. A pass though knocked down. Good pressure from Bino. Now St. Vincent and the Grenadines in possession. This is Slater in midfield. The Lady Heat just unable to get anything going. Give Honduras a lot of credit, so much pressure. Oh, Eaton, that went right off her knee and then into the face of Slater. Good refereeing by Perez just to stop the game and give Kirsha Slater a moment to recollect herself. This will be a drop ball for Honduras. Get things rolling again. Good to see Slater looking no worse for wear. Right back into the play. It's so tough when you don't have a chance to brace yourself when that ball is deflected in your direction. Suazo here with the header. Miriam fighting for it. She's switched over to the left now and she wins this ball for Honduras. Here they come again. This one over the bar. That was Denise Madrid with the opportunity. She assisted on Chirinos' goal back in the 13th minute. Did Denise Madrid. A little loose there as Miriam picks up the pass. Suazo plays it back. Alexandra Miriam! 10-0 Honduras. And there is the hat trick for Alexandra Miriam. What a lovely 1-2 that time. Miriam picking up the loose pass. Suazo first touch right into the path of Miriam. Absolutely nothing Haisha Thomas can do about that.
Goal for Honduras, scored by
That's the first of the day from open play for the Honduras number 10. Suazo now with her second assist of the match, her third of the competition. For Miriam, she's got 5 goals in 2 games. She has 2 assists in this match as well. So the 3 tallies and the 2 helpers for Alexandra Miriam. She and Suazo showing that connection. The intercept, the pass, the move, the return, and the finish. They are just on another level today, Honduras. It took them a while to get out of gear on Sunday against the hosts Aruba. Not until the 71st minute did they find the breakthrough. It only took them 90 seconds to pull in front here today, and they have not looked back. 10 goals to the good. And they still have a lot of time left in this contest as Suazo gets in. Alison Suazo looking for that crossfield ball, trying to play in Madrid. It did come off of St. Vincent and the Grenadines last. It'll be another corner. And the wind continuing to blow. Going almost a little more left to right here as Madrid will just again play this short. She'll get the feedback. Denise Madrid. Now Miriam. Alexandra Miriam headed down. Little time and space for the clearance. This is Hunt. Stephanie Hunt, the St. Vincent captain. Can't maintain possession here. And the Lady Heat trying to play those early balls forward, perhaps catch Honduras in transition. Las Catrachas, though, having none of it as Emerson sends one forward. I see Meza was not going to get there with the wind blowing hard, helping that ball out on this artificial surface. Yohami Meza, by the way, has 4 goals in this game. Alexandra Miriam has 3. Alison Suazo has 2, and Zadie Chirinos has 1. I believe that math checks out here in the 57th minute. It's been an impressive offensive performance from Honduras today. The Pot 1 team in Group D, number 9 in the region, having their way against the squad from Pot 4 here in Group D, ranked 28th out of 35 teams, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Today, just not their day, of course, but they will still have 3 more chances in this competition this week to notch their first ever win at the U17 level in these qualifiers. Jamaica coming on Thursday, Aruba on Saturday, Guyana on Monday for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Honduras giving them a very rude welcome here to Aruba in their opener. La H Femenina winning another corner. She has been the star of the day. Alexandra Miriam once again plays her club ball for KC Athletics, pulling the strings in midfields. Able to win the ball back there. Miriam will get the cross away in a dangerous area. Sanchez juggling. Suazo firing, shot partially blocked. Here's Meza. Miriam. Honduras reset through Madrid. Eaton. A shot from distance will not be on target. It was Chirinos that time with the final attempt. Honduras, though, so smooth in possession, so well connected. You hear Mario Abadia imploring his team to keep working, and it pays off now. Suazo winning the ball in a dangerous area, got upended there inside the box. Priscilla Perez waving play on. That's a good touch by Hunt, giving chase. Stephanie Hunt now for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Watched closely by Denise Madrid. Oh, that was a chance perhaps for Slater. Unable to maintain possession, Jaslyn Sanchez, the Honduras captain, able to carry it away as we approach the hour mark. Flag will go up. Everybody in blue looking down the line, trying to stay on side. St. Vincent and the Grenadines in recent moments a little better with the ball. One or two chances that they've started to craft, getting a little deeper into the opposition third. This particular excursion forward halted as we've hit the hour mark now in Oranjestad at the Guillermo Trinidad Stadium. 10-0, Honduras cruising to a second victory in a row and 6 points, which would put them in a strong position midway through group play in Group D. Swazo once again, couple of goals, couple of assists for her today. Back to Eaton. Aruba and Jamaica coming up later tonight from this ground in Oranjestad. The ball had rolled out the touch on the far side, just in front of Madrid. Honduras now forcing the turnover. Good defensive play by Marlana Sam to prevent that shot from coming in. Foul whistled here, some distance away from goal. Amanique Edwards called for the whistle. Free kick opportunity for Honduras. Struck towards goal. Rebound in front, headed home by Alexandra Merriam. Who else? She has been everywhere today. It was Chelsea Farmer who took the shot on. She had so much power behind it that all Thomas could do was parry it down. Merriam hungry as ever, despite the fact she already has 3 goals in this match, and her team is up 10. Attacking it hard, heads it down. 11-0. This is the joint biggest margin we've seen so far in these championships. 4 now for Merriam, joining Meza with a hat trick +1.
Scored by number 10, Alexandra Merriam. At minute 63.
Half hour to play here at the Guillermo Trinidad Stadium. St. Vincent and the Grenadines trying to find something positive to take from this opener for them. It's been a tough go for Ralph Stowe's side today. Right from the off, that early penalty conceded after just 60 seconds set the tone for what we've seen since. Another early ball forward from Chirinos. St. Vincent and the Grenadines reading it well this time. Sam. Ball just a bit behind her intended target. Couldn't connect with Slater. It'll be a throw for Honduras. Well, this will certainly be a warning shot for everyone in Group D. Just a little reminder of what Honduras is capable of as Miriam now plays in Meza. Noemi Meza in on goal, and it's 12. An even dozen for Honduras. The 5th of the match for Noemi Meza. Another assist for Miriam. They have been relentless today. After being caught offside a handful of times over the first, I would say, 50 minutes or so, they have really started to time those runs better in the last quarter of an hour. Noemi Meza and company just picking apart St. Vincent and the Grenadines here today. It was a perfect early ball from Miriam. Here's another one now, perhaps. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You credit, again, their ability to stick in this match. They're playing aggressive. They're trying to win the ball back in midfield, trying to get something going, moving forward, but they've really exposed themselves with this high line. And Honduras has begun to figure out how to deal with it to great effect. This was 7-0 at halftime. Honduras have added 5 more in the opening 20 minutes of the half. And here's Meza. She is in again. Took one too many touches this time. Gives Anaya Harry a lot of credit for hustling back. He's almost getting into the 6-yard box. Harry there in the ends. Actually, that ball did slot through. How about that? It looked for all the world like Aisha Thomas had made the stop. No, it is actually 13-0. Meza able to slot it just underneath the keeper. It goes from bad to worse here for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. From a dozen to a baker's dozen, the number 13 gets the 13th of the afternoon. And for Meza, we say that's number 6 on the day, the double hat trick. And there's Meza now tripped up. I would say at this point, you never want to play the role of manager from the commentary booth, but you would imagine Mario Abadia has to think about getting some of his players who have not yet featured into the contest here with a half hour to go. He did make a handful of subs in the opener against Aruba, only one so far today. It is not a stretch to say the final result is no longer in doubt. They have obviously slammed the door very firmly shut and locked it several times over for any opportunity for a St. Vincent and the Grenadines comeback. You see the scorebook, it's almost getting impossible to get all of those names and numbers in there. Even though they've scored 13 goals, by the way, it really has just been the 4 players who have scored them. Meza with 6 now, Miriam with 4, Suazo with 2, and then Chirinos with the 1. By the way, it appears Honduras is getting ready to make their second change of the day. Valentina Chavaria, who came in on the second half in their opener against Aruba, getting set to take the place of Zadie Chirinos, one of those goal scorers. Madrid on the far side. Trying to find some space with which to work. Numbers in the box to aim for. Suazo headed it on. Meza again, cutting it back. Ball taken away by Honduras once more. And eventually just cleared away. Now it does roll over the byline. Looks like that substitution will now be allowed by Priscilla Perez. They're going to make a couple here. You see Chirinos, a nice round of applause for her. Good effort today.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen.
Chavarria coming on.
For the team of Honduras.
Paula Ramirez Guardiola also coming on, just as she did against Aruba. She'll replace Jaslyn Sanchez, the captain who was on a yellow card coming into the day. And then it'll be Liz Manueles, who started the opening match against Aruba. She will come on in place of Denise Madrid. So 4 changes made now by Mario Abadia. Just getting some fresh legs, rotating things a little bit. Wisely getting Sanchez off just in case you don't want to pick up a second yellow and risk suspension for the next match against Guyana coming on Saturday. There's another corner here, number 11 of the day for Honduras. They've gone short so often, this time swung in. Well defended by St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The Lady Heat now with Hunts. Trying to find a way forward. Honduras not allowing them many avenues. Here they come again, a fortunate bounce down this left flank. It's Chavarria, the substitute, bundled over.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. Substitution of team of
Now we will have our second half cooling break in the 72nd minute.
number 17.
Honduras, they have been on fire here in this match. 13 goals to the good, 6 in the second half after scoring 7 in the first. Roughly 20 minutes to go in this one before they officially collect all 3 points. They have looked the part of the top team in Group D today. Again, ranked 9 in Concacaf coming in, the top-ranked side in this group, the team from Pot 1. They had tough sledding on Sunday against the very game Aruba side, who came out of Pot 5, the least favorite of the teams in Group D, but an Aruba team playing at home with the support of their home crowd behind them. It took until the final 70 minutes for Honduras to get the breakthrough and eventually pull away for the 3-1 win. A very different story here in their second match in Group D play. For St. Vincent and the Grenadines, you gotta look for the little positives now. Can you find a way to get a goal? Can you keep this score as is and not concede again over the final 20 minutes? For Ralph Stowe, they've only made 1 change here today. You wouldn't be surprised to see them make a couple of switches as this second half goes along, just to get some fresh legs out there. Give a couple of the players who were not in the opening 11 some more experience, excuse me. And this match, of course, is not going to go their way on the final score line, but they still have 3 more matches to come. Jamaica on Thursday, Aruba on Saturday, Guyana on Monday. Plenty of opportunity to build a little momentum, knowing they just have a day off before they will kick the ball in anger once again. See the young lady in the green having a conversation with Emerson Eaton. That is Mia Heyer. We have not said Mia Heyer's name once this afternoon, I don't believe, outside of the opening 11s. The Honduran goalkeeper, who only had to make 1 save on Sunday, has not been called into action so far today. And a lot of that is credit to how Honduras has fought to win the ball back. They have been just aggressive out there, preventing any chances from forming. A couple of subs on the way for St. Vincent now out of the hydration break. They'll make a change in goal. Alicia Pierre will come on, replacing Haisha Thomas. Natalie Lewis also coming on, replacing Lanique Buddy. Giselle Bino will also join the fray. She'll come in for Raydalia Butte. So there are some of those changes now being made. You see Buddy marching off, number 18. So a chance for Giselle Bino, Kiana Hazel, and Natalie Lewis to stake their claim for a little more playing time moving forward in this tournament. There's Lewis, the number 19.
Vincent, and the 74th minute. Entering the game, number 20. In the 75th minute.
So for Anisha Thomas, she was busy back there right from the off. Thomas's day will conclude having made 6 saves, which on a normal day you would say pretty good day, but she faced 19 shots on target. 40 total shots now for Honduras, almost half of them on frame.
Entering the game, number 19.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines have actually blocked 10 shots in this match. They've done a good job of putting their body on the line, getting in the way of crosses and attempts.
Leaving the game, number
Honduras with 64% possession right now, 72% when it comes to dual success rate. 72% passing accuracy as well for Honduras. That's fantastic.
entering the game, number
This is
8.
Chelsea Farmer now, lobbing one in and headed over the bar. A great chance for Valentina Chavaria.
Leaving the game,
The second half substitute, unable to get that one on frame.
Keisha Slater.
Here's a first look at Alicia Pierre. And the backup netminder for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. She'll get the final 15 minutes here today. And now a turnover. Honduras with Suazo leaving it back. That's a tough shot outside of the boot. That is the new captain, Chelsea Farmer, who's taken over the armband for Jaslyn Sanchez. Look at this bit of skill. Almost ended up being a toe poke almost in the end from the top of the box. She just about got that underneath the bar. They have scored some lovely goals here this afternoon, Honduras. Some routine, some jaw-dropping. That would have been in the latter variety if that would have gone. And correction for St. Vincent. Raydalia Butte actually has stayed on. Kersha Slater is the St. Vincent and the Grenadines player that has been replaced. So Giselle Bino in, Kersha Slater off. Naomi Meza, who scored 6 times today, is now back on the ball. Sent forward by Farmer. I was angling toward the far post. Good keeping by Pierre. She will try and launch this forward off the head of Guardiola. Ball played on the deck. This is Meza. Back to Manueles. Pass a little too far in front of Eaton that time from Farmer. Good step by Honduras. Guardiola, nice 1-2. Chavaria trying to connect with Miriam. Farmer again. This is Meza in acres of space. Oh, I got the shot wrong. Maybe for the first time today, we could say that about Nohemi Meza. She has barely put a foot wrong this afternoon with those 6 goals. She was played in again, but slipped in the vital moment and sends the shot wide. When they have had chances in those types of positions today, Honduras have not erred. Oh, St. Vincent and the Grenadines trying to play out from the back. Eaton putting the team under pressure. Here's Suazo. Eaton, good save. Pierre got her fists in the way, but the rebound is slotted home by Chavaria. Valentina Chavaria in the 80th minute tacking on another one. That's a lovely layoff by Suazo. Eaton thought she was going to have her first. Ball was punched down. And Chavaria gets on the board. So 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points for Honduras as they continue their onslaught. And they might not be done. This is Chavaria again, eventually closed down. Kid in the back doing the defending for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Merriam. Alexandra Merriam! Absolutely perfect from the top of the box. When she is taking up those types of positions, you almost expect it to find the back of the net. Clinical from the number 10. And she has 5. 7 now for the tournaments for Merriam. Chavaria on the assist that time, putting it right in her path. I mean, this has just been something else to watch. How clinical, how prolific Honduras have been in attack today. St. Vincent and the Grenadines here trying to get something going forward. Harry just trying to keep Merriam off the ball. Easier said than done. It'll be a throw for Honduras. 82nd minute now. And the previous high for goals so far in this competition was 11. Honduras blowing that out of the water now with 15 today. Merriam's cross, trying to find Chavaria at the back post. Gets the shot away, but not with much purchase on it. Pierre there with the stop. Farmer popping it up. Her service has been great today, as has Suazo's. A couple of goals and a pair of assists for the number 9. This is Chavaria skipping away. Nyla Kidd doing her best. Another change coming for both sides. Nohemi Meza, she of the 6 goals this evening, will be replaced by Daniela Rodriguez. I would say job well done for the number 13. Absolutely filling her boots here this afternoon. And that is Aaliyah Jones coming on for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Jones replacing Marlana Sam. Here's St. Vincent and the Grenadines now in possession as Eaton is called for the foul. It's been a clean game. If you look at the number of fouls where they've come, St. Vincent and the Grenadines have conceded 12 in total. That's just the 5th for Honduras. Sometimes in a game like this, obviously one side gets chippy, frustrated, gets a little extra physical out there, but that's not been the case. St. Vincent and the Grenadines maintaining their composure despite this heavy loss. Certainly appreciate the sportsmanship on both sides. Again, for Honduras, you can't blame them. You're trying to essentially put as many as you can past the opposition just in case you find yourself level on points. The tiebreaker comes to goal difference. It is St. Vincent and the Grenadines' job to stop the opposition in situations like this as the ball comes forward again. Merriam with the left foot this time on the half volley. A rare mishit for her. She's had a phenomenal night. 5 goals for Merriam, 3 assists by my count. Suazo again. Trying to play it forward. It was Daniela Rodriguez attacking it. The latest substitute for Honduras. Now St. Vincent and the Grenadines taking over in midfield. This is Hunt. And there you see the number 9, Aster Albino, just unable to get on the end of anything. And here come Honduras once more the other way. Chavarria. Still Chavarria. Lovely layoff. Great save by Pierre. Good reaction. Stop getting down quickly with her right hands. I think that was Rodriguez who she denied. The goal kick, though, only coming to Eaton. I will say for Pierre, she's made a couple of stops since coming on in the 72nd minute. She's left a rebound or two out there, but her positioning has been good. Her reactions solid as well. Just trying to keep St. Vincent and the Grenadines within that respectable range, at least to keep the damage. Can you limit the damage as much as you can now at this point, down 15? Obviously, that's a massive number to concede, but she's done well since coming on. She might be called into action once again. This is Rodriguez trying to play it across. Good clearance by Kiana Hazel. It does bring another corner on the way. Alexandra Miriam getting set to send in corner number 12. This Honduras side, imperious today. They will take some beating this week in Aruba. Dangerous cross in, the header right to Pierre. Good service though and good connection on the header forward. Nice smile from Alicia Pierre. There are always bright spots, even in a humbling defeat like this. You look for the little positives to take. Again, for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, you're just looking ahead. 3 matches still to go. This is just day 1. Obviously, with this type of a defeat, it's difficult to think you can come back and rally and win the group, especially given the fact that Honduras now are 2-0 and have this incredible goal difference. But there still certainly is a lot of pride at stake and still much to play for. Again, obviously not every team is going to make the final. You know, there are a number that are going to come and not advance. Just 8 teams out of the 28 that are competing over the course of these 6 groups will move on. Now it's about playing for pride, playing for yourself, playing for your country, representing you and your family as best you can. Gaining something from this experience, so when you come back, perhaps with the U20s or in your club team, etc., you come back stronger. Not just even in football, but in life, of course. A lot of lessons to be learned on a day like this, with more football still to come. Chavarria just a little slow to get up. Valentina Chavarria with a goal and an assist since coming on in this second half. That is Isabella Rivera getting things restarted. Oh, again, Honduras just continuing to be so attack-minded. That was Miriam again, winning the ball, forcing the throw. They have given up 0 causes today, lost or otherwise. Here is Eaton. The shot from outside the box, just missing the far post. We've mentioned Honduras will have tougher tests ahead, of course. 3-1 versus Aruba. 15-0 and counting against St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Guyana, who looked good against Jamaica, and you could say the same thing for the Reggae Girls as well. Those 2 teams who rank 13th and 17th respectively in Concacaf are still to come for Las Catrachas. Whereas Miriam now, that was a first-time attempt off the side netting. For Honduras, though, and Mario Abadi, he's got the benefit of being able to rest his players now with this break. They won't play again until Saturday. Guyana, by the way, is the team in Group D that have the bye today, so they will have 3 matches in a row. They'll be coming off a game on Thursday before that match against Honduras on Saturday. A little bobble here. Pierre, though, read the situation. Daniela Rodriguez was charging. Could not get there first ahead of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines keeper.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We've reached the 90 minutes here in Aruba. Just the 1 minute of added time on the way. Confirmation there from Sandra Benitez, our 4th official. That sounds about right in a 15-0 contest. Here is Miriam. I think she's eager for another, and she has won a corner. Alexandra Merriam with 5 goals and 3 assists today. A chance to serve one more in the dying embers of this one. Service to the near post, good defensive header, and we'll do it again from the same side of the fields. This should be the last kick of the match if Merriam is allowed to take it, as we've played the minute of stoppages. She'll go short and quickly, and there is the full-time whistle. Honduras, a dominant result over St. Vincent and the Grenadines today. 15-0 is your final from Guillermo Trinidad Stadium in Oranjestad. It was 7-0 after the opening 45. Honduras adds 8 after the interval. Difficult one, of course, for St. Vincent and the Grenadines in their Group D bow. They still have 3 matches to come. You hope for better days ahead for the Vinci Heat. For Honduras, 3 more points to the good as they move clear of the rest of the group in Group D. 2 wins out of 2 for Mario Abadia and company. A lot of goals to show you and tell you about. We'll have highlights and full-time stats coming up right after this. Quite the offensive explosion over the 90 minutes for Honduras today in their match against St. Vincent and the Grenadines here in Group D. It started just a minute in. Allison Suazo tripped up inside the box. Alexandra Merriam slotting home from the penalty spot to make it 1-0 in the 2nd minute officially, just 90 seconds into this match. Alexandra Merriam, her 3rd of the tournament. Let's just say she would score a few more before the day would be done. Less than a minute later, Honduras back on the attack. Lovely worked move here, and from close range, Naomi Meza could only strike it off the woodwork, but there was Miriam again. First to react, nice ball off the hands of Thomas, and Meza would finish for her first of the day. 2-0 Honduras in the 3rd minute. Here's that full sequence once again. This was the case all day. Honduras just first to some 50-50 balls. And a nice finish from Meza here, fading back. So 2-0 before folks had really taken their seats. And it was Suazo getting in on the act. Alison Suazo dusting herself off, beating 2 defenders, and finding Nohemi Meza, who scores from a similar position to make it 3. That was in the 6th minute. So already, just 6 minutes in, and Meza had 2, Honduras 3 in total. And they were feeling it offensively, and it would continue as this match would wear on. 13th minute. Suazo providing this time. A nice cross. Finished off. Actually, it was Madrid, excuse me, on the cross inside to Zadie Chirinos. 4-0 in the 13th minute. Some 9 minutes later. Just a little bobble in goal. Who's first to react but Nohemi Meza. And this free kick opportunity right on frame, forcing the save out of Thomas. The rebound slotted home. And that was Meza to make it 5. Then the handball here, that ball rocketing off the arm of Marlana Sam. This taking place in the 26th minute. Alexandra Merriam, a carbon copy of her first penalty kick. 6-0 to Honduras at this point. And then right at the end of the half, this is the 4th minute of added time. Great early ball from Chelsea Farmer. And fittingly, it's Naomi Meza who wins the race and slots home perfectly. Good hustle to get the better of Zanaya Harry. Not much Haisha Thomas can do about that. So 7-0 after the opening 45. And it would get worse in the second half for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Just 3 minutes after the halftime interval, Alison Suazo off this feed from Alexandra Merriam makes it 8. 2 minutes later, Suazo back on the score sheet from Merriam again. Great bit of individual balance and skill and strength from Merriam. Puts it on a plate for Suazo, whose left-footed first-time finish hits the corner. 9-0 Honduras at this point. 2 assists, 2 goals for Merriam at this point. 2 goals and an assist for Suazo, but she would have more. 54th minute, Merriam again. Suazo feeding it back across to the number 10, who coolly rolls it home. That was Merriam's hat trick, her first from open play today. 10-0 Honduras at this point. Here was that Suazo goal again. Nice work from Merriam to tee it up to her strike partner. And then in the 63rd minute, Suazo again. This was the goal you just saw, Merriam. This made it 10. Again, just good reading of the game. First to react. First time ball to Suazo, the give and go. Now you could tell that Nyla Kidd didn't want to make a tackle, didn't want to commit the foul inside the box. Merriam takes advantage. And then in the 66th, it was Merriam with her head taking advantage of the rebound in front off the free kick. Good ball from Farmer, right on frame from a long ways out. The only thing Haisha Thomas could do was parry it down. First header of the day for Merriam. Now 4 goals for her. 2 minutes later, look who it is again. Naomi Meza with her first of the second half off the ball from Merriam. That made it 12. Another good composed finish. Less than 1 minute later, Emerson Eaton with a great through ball to find Meza once more in a similar position. This was one that I thought in the moment Thomas had saved. Meza, though, able to get just enough to slide it underneath the goalkeeper. Harry coming across to try and slow her down. Yeah, that initial signal from Priscilla Perez made it feel like it was going to be a goal kick, but instead it was another goal. And then Valentina Chavarria, after the save from the Eaton shot, Chavarria's there on the rebounds. Nice layoff from Suazo. Eaton thought she had her first of the tournament. It was a good stop. That was Alicia Pierre, by the way, who had come on at this point. Chavarria with the goal. Then less than a minute later, Chavarria gets the assist on this absolute golazo from Alexandra Merriam. Her 5th of the day to go along with 3 assists. Absolute flamethrower from outside the box from the number 10. 15-0, your final. And again, what can you say about this performance? A true 5-star effort from Honduras. 53 total shots, 25 of which on target. They have 14 corners, 2/3 possession as well. For St. Vincent and the Grenadines, obviously a tough day at the office. You didn't need me to tell you that if you were watching this match, but you wish them the best as they move forward. They find themselves rooted to the bottom of the group, of course, as Honduras now gives themselves this commanding spot atop. But again, it should be said, Jamaica, Guyana, Aruba, all with just 1 match played. And also for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we will see Guyana and Jamaica still on Honduras' schedule. Those will be the next 2 teams that Las Catrachas will play before the end of this qualifier. This was their day today, though. An impressive win over St. Vincent and the Grenadines in the Vinci Heat's first match in this competition. What can you say? An impressive, impressive showing from start to finish. Once again, our final here from Oranjestad. It is St. Vincent and the Grenadines 0, Honduras 15.